Welcome to Warriors TV in association with DeMayo's. We are talking with Lions head coach Matt Bradbury. Matt, disappointing result tonight, but it's come off a run of a really fantastic sort of couple of months for your side.
Yeah, I looked in the Fixtures Live system. I was looking at that, and we were one of the form teams, if not the form team. So it's been good. We've had a great time, and we're still enjoying ourselves. Tonight was just, I wouldn't say it was a blip. I think we spoke about it of not to forget how far we have come this season. I think that was the message we spoke about in the change room. And if you want to step your game up to the next level, this is part of the journey, and part of the next part of the jigsaw puzzle is to come to tough places like this and play in a tough environment against a tough team on the home pad. So that's the next stage. There's lots more chapters to come yet. We're far from the finished article, and we've spoke about that in the changing room, and still with another game to play and the playoffs looming. We just need to stay in a good place. I don't think the week off helped us. It was nice to have a week off, but I don't think the week off helped us. So these boys need to keep playing and stay focused. And it was one of those nights tonight.
Yeah, obviously two sides met down in Nottingham 2 weeks ago. A good win for the Lions. What do you think the difference was, other than aside, of course, for home ice advantage?
Well, yeah, there was players that didn't travel, short-benched Whitley, and there's obviously the big experienced players in Barnes and Dean Holland and players. Once you just suddenly start throwing those into the mix, and a couple of extra bodies here and there. I think they were playing with 10, 11 players, and played with 16 tonight, which was similar to us, really. We've got a few players not here tonight, but it's still great to be able to draw on 3 lines of forwards and almost 10 defencemen, and that's the beauty of the work that we're doing. So if somebody's not able to make it, because like Luke Thomas is coaching with the under-14s, chance to win the league tonight with our under-14s against Sheffield, so he's stayed back. He's been with the team all season, so we're missing our captain tonight and a few other players, key players, but it's great to be able to still roll out 16, 17 players, which is big kudos to the work we're doing behind the scenes to make sure we've got that kind of depth.
Yeah, and indeed, as we touched on just there before, about what a good run your side's been on these last few months, that's got to be so rewarding for you as a coach. You've gone through the difficult years, and now you're reaping them benefits.
It's nice to be able to score more goals. I think that's been the positive. That it's just given us that confidence. If you rewind the clock back a few years, we were an average 2-goal a game team. Tonight obviously 0. We don't want to, but if you want to use any kind of positives, we wanted to come out tonight and take away. We lost 9-0 at the start of the season, so we lost 9-0 tonight. So we've not done any worse. But we did want to try and break. We had to come up with some small targets in the last period, and we had a few ideas what we wanted to achieve, and that was to try and break the shutout. That was one, and just to finish on a positive, really trying. But I think the boys, they worked hard to the end. They're picking up skills towards the end. I thought their composure on the puck got better as the night wore on. Obviously Whitley had done the damage by then. Great strengths in the gap between some of the goals, but then the disappointing side was the 3 in like a minute and a half. So there's certain things again there, the lack of concentration and just that kind of switch on, switch off, and they switched off for a few seconds, a few minutes, and teams like Whitley Bay are going to hurt you. They want more because it's a great chance to score some goals against the Lions when their heads are down a little bit. But still good to get, still a lot of young players out there that we're getting more ice time than they would do normally. So they stepped up. Billy Crofts in defence, he's only played a handful of games, but only a handful of shifts. And tonight he was a regular. Young Racy, young Jacob Race, and the guys in there tonight. The list's endless. The work that they're doing is fantastic. Luke is growing as a goalie, even though like tonight he's had 6 put past him. He's starting to do things now that he's not done, and he's still only 20 years old, and he's got almost 4 seasons behind him. Yeah. So there's lots of great stories that we can unearth, and like I said, the key is we can't forget where we were, where we are now, and still what we want to achieve. So it's not the finished article. We've got lots and lots of work to do over the next couple of years, and we'll maintain what we're going to stick to our plan. To bring those players through and keep working with them for years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. It seemed to me in the second period, Lions had a very strong period up until the point when the Warriors, as you touched on there, got those 3 quick goals. But It was you posed a lot of questions for Warriors and made life difficult. It was still a 3-0 game, so you were very much in the contest.
Yeah, at 3-0 it was interesting because we dinged the post on one of the power plays, and I think that could have been so different if we'd have gone at 3-1. I was saying on the bench, we just need to get one. If we can get one, you'll be well on top in this game, because like you said, it was that big spell between. I think they didn't score till about the 34th minute, something along those lines, and we conceded at about 16-17 in the first period. So it was a long stretch, and I thought we were on top of that area, and if we could have just broke that kind of deadlock, it would have really helped. But like you say, that's how hockey is, isn't it? You need those turning points, and the turning point for them was we hit the post, they went and scored a goal at the other end. Whereas if it had gone in, the story could have been slightly different, and the scoreline would have been closer.
Yeah. Looking ahead to the playoffs, it's almost certainly you'll be playing the Sharks now in the opening round. A team, of course, that you've beaten at home in recent weeks. So that's got to give you a lot of confidence going into that contest. It's not going to be an easy game for the Sharks by any means.
No, I mean it's going to be tough, the long travel. I mean, I think if we'd have got something tonight, I think Blackburn got beat tonight against Solihull. It's still bottom places for grabs. If we can get two and they are held without points for the end of the season, we could be back here. You never know. So it's still on the cards that we can jump off the bottom, which would be fantastic for us. That would be another major achievement for us to just step off the bottom. But no, it's we'll play. We have to play, and we'll have to have a plan. We'll have to be smart. They'll be smarting from the defeat, and they will know that they can't take us lightly. But it's going to be very interesting across the whole league, the whole playoff series. When they, I think it could be anybody's game that could get through to the final four, and I think that's really exciting that any team could pinch. But we have to be realistic. It's going to be tough for us to take it back-to-back games with the long travel if it is Solway. But our expectations aren't that we're going to win the game. The expectations are we're going to put a good performance in, and we'll see where we are when we're at the end of the 120 minutes. But we have to edge our bets. But it was a great feeling to beat the Sharks, and there's been some great moments throughout the whole season. So we're not dwelling on anything really. We just enjoyed ourselves this season, and we've got a lot more work to do.
As always, Matt, absolute pleasure talking to you, and whether it's the Sharks or the Warriors that you face in the playoffs, the best of luck to you.
Thank you very much. All the best yourself. Thank you.